Hi everyone, it's Rebecca Wu again, educator, author. I want to talk to you about my book, Moving In Forever, and this wonderful story that a mom shared with me about how this book helped them through a recent loss of her son's great-grandfather, so her husband's grandfather. And when we wrote this book, we actually, of course, I didn't know about COVID-19 and those sort of things as it's just happening now. But when we did this book, we made this scene. It's a scene of the cemetery when Aunt Carrie passes away and the family goes to the cemetery to visit and to say their goodbyes. And when we first did it, we were thinking we wanted to keep it pretty intimate with the family and true to events that occurred. And I thought about, it looks kind of, at the time I thought it looked kind of sparse, but I was really encouraged when that mom had told me that after great-grandfather passed away, her son, who's probably 5 or 6 years old, had asked her to read Moving In Forever again. And he really liked the book when he first read it and when she had read it to him. And then he flipped right to this page. Because for them to have the funeral, it was on Zoom. They couldn't go to the cemetery because of safety precautions. And who ended up going to the cemetery was just very few people. And for him, this scene, because it was so sparse, that it really, really resonated with him. And it echoed to him that this book relates to him. And that this book and this story spoke to him. And she really wanted to tell me that even after receiving the book a while back and her son liking the story, she never knew the impact it would have on him, especially being so young. But it did. And I'm really grateful. And I never knew that our choice from before to pick such a sparse scene to show the intimacy of the family saying their final goodbyes would later actually be relatable. Because in my mind at the time, funeral services didn't look like this. There's a lot more people, a lot more of gathering. But now it's become more and more relevant because of the pandemic that we're in and the state that we find ourselves. So I just wanted to share that as just an encouragement, and also just to say thank you to that mom to share that with me. I'm really touched and really glad that this book is helping kids, and I know that it's a difficult time to lose somebody. It's a peculiar time to know how to say goodbye, how to mourn with family, which seems so odd to do over Zoom, so odd to do via FaceTime, when normally everybody would have flown in. But when that's not possible, of course we're grateful for technology. But it's hard, especially for, not even adults, but especially for kids who need physical touch, who need a hug, who need to cry, who need to be with others to process. And however they're processing, I hope that this book continues to be a tool